See there, I had to put my glasses on to see if I could see you seeing me. Well, hey, good evening, Boozeketeers. It's Tuesday, and that means Cocktales, Tiki King. And here we are, once again at the Wicked Wench, our favorite bar in Utah. Why is it our favorite? Well, because the drinks are free and it doesn't have last call. And that's one of those things that's important probably pretty much anywhere you go, because you're not going to find that anywhere you go unless you go here or Vegas, which case you'll only get one of those things. So there you go. Hey, so how's everybody doing out there? Did anyone scroll down for the spoilers, and are you going to shake along? Are you? So we're continuing on with our piratey theme that we started with last week. So this week we're going to make the drink that I was going to make last week that I didn't make last week because I was missing one of the ingredients, which was mint. But I have mint right here in yonder mint, in the Tiki Mint, the keeper of the mint. Yeah, so we're going to be making a drink with that because that's what we're making today. So shall we get right down to it and see what happens? This is a drink I've never had. I've had similar drinks. I've had other things that had similar things in them, but I've never had this particular one. So hey, if you're shaking along, your guess is as good as mine as to what's going to happen. I mean, well, no, actually, we can all guess what's going to happen. I'm probably going to continue my intoxication journey into the evening. But as far as, I don't know how this is going to taste. I don't know what we're going to put on the board. Because we have all the things and the whatnots and the so forths and stuff. And who knows? It might be good, might not be. I don't know. But let's find out, shall we? What do we need for this here drink? What do we need, Boozeketeers? Call it out. You tell me. That you can't, I'll tell you. Well, we're going to start here with a pint glass. I think we're supposed to use a highball glass, but I grabbed a pint glass. That's all right. What are we doing here? We're going to put some mint leaves in there. So tonight we're making the Pirate's Julip. The Pirate's Julip, which seems like it's going to be kind of a mint julep-y thing. It says to put in 10 mint leaves. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's 9. And one more, good luck, 10. So there we go. Now, I don't know how many of you miscreants are into the mint julep. If you've ever been to Derby, well, then you'll know. Then you will know, and you probably have done that sort of thing. But where's my falernum? My falernum has gone missing. Could be an issue. Is it hiding? Where? What the heck, people? It must be in the, it might be in the auxiliary bar storage area. Producer Maggie is running over there to take a look and see what there is to see. Because next ingredient after the 10 mint leaves is actually orgeat, but I don't have any orgeat, so I'm going to go with falernum, which is a very similar kind of thing. It's not exactly. But I think we'll do it in pinch, and so we're going to pinch this and see what happens. Maybe. Do we have falernum?
I don't see any.
That's weird. Where's the falernum? Hey, this could be a game. Where's the falernum? We got here, Ray and nephew. That's not going to work. Oh, you know what? Never mind. You know what? I hid some bottles down here. We have all this auxiliary bar storage that was not being used. So if you need something, it's entirely possible that it's down here in the auxiliary bar storage area. See, I even fooled myself because there's like a storage for like another 20 bottles down in the bilge of the bar, which I had not. See there? We had white rum down there. I didn't know that. Anyway, so I digress. So we got our mint leaves in there. We're going to put in a little falernum, which the falernum's got, you know, extra rum in it, so I don't know how that could go wrong. And muddler. I don't know if we have a muddler. That might be one of those things to put on the. Maybe we get one. I wonder if Ivy's Booze Tea has muddlers. We should check it out next time because I don't think I have a proper muddler. brings the handle of my bar jigger. So I don't know how much you like to muddle, or if you've ever muddled before. But when you're muddling, basically you're mashing stuff up in the bottom of the glass. So what we're doing is we got the falernum down there, substituting for the orgeat syrup. And I know the purists would be like, "What? You can't do that? No!" But that's what we're doing. That's what we got. So we're going with it. The orgeat is going to be a little bit sweeter, probably, and a little more sugary. Whew, I want to brush my teeth now for a change. So what do we got there? We got muddled mint leaves, and then add bitters. Peychaud's bitters is what the recipe calls for. We put 3 dashes of those in there. See if that, see how that helps us out. See what happens. And then fill a glass with ice. It says. Let's see here. 3 ounces of gold rum. Once again, we're going to have to turn to the booze monkey because I neglected to pick up another bottle of gold rum. So we'll just go up here. And we learned last week that this is, in fact, not 2 ounces, 1.5 ounces. So it calls for 3 ounces of rum, which I think is a fairly decent drink. So that's going to be 2 airliners to get the full 3 ounce effect. This is like a cocktail in a pint glass. This could get interesting. Interesting there. Then it says float curacao on top. 1 teaspoon. I don't think I brought down a bar spoon, but that's okay because 1 teaspoon is going to be slightly more than 1/4 ounce. So let me go here. It says to float that on the top. And then what? Garnish with a mint sprig. Now here's the weird part. It says absolutely nothing about stirring. So spank your mint, brothers and sisters, if you know what I mean. Makes it, you know, I don't know, the pros do it, so why not? There's detritus from prior shows down here on the ground. I gotta check that where it's not gonna harm me. Alrighty, I'm a bit dubious. This is basically a glass of rum. Doesn't say stir or nothing. Huh. It's a glass of rum, which is not bad. I'm not saying, you know, don't do it, but I want to give it a stir. Get some of these ingredients here, you know, doing their things together. Maybe maybe it doesn't say, but maybe it was meant to be drank with a straw. So you start with the more diluted sweet stuff on the bottom, and then work your way to the top. But otherwise, this is just a glass of rum on ice. So I would say stirring adds to the mayhem in a good way. I don't know. Any of you guys, did anyone shake along? Is anyone else out there tonight? Anyone else make one? What are your thoughts? I know sometimes there are those couple Boozeketeers that will shake along with what they got's handy. Must needs use what has at hand, as they say. But I'm curious as to other people's take on this particular drink. It's kind of like that. I mean, it's that's heat powerful. I'll go to the producer Maggie test. That will get you where you need to go. Don't you? Wouldn't you say? Yeah. Could be rough seas ahead. So there you go, Boozeketeers. That is the Pirate's Julip. Like I said, which is basically just a pint glass full of rum. Now, I will say that the actual recipe calls for crushed ice. So maybe it would dilute. I wonder if I should dilute it slightly since I'm using ice cubes because my ice crusher is in the shop. I had to take it down to the ice crusher place and have them. They're looking at. They're putting it up on the rack. They're taking a look. I'm thinking if you use crushed ice like a snow cone, it would probably add to the dilution of this particular cocktail. Because undiluted, I'll tell you, I don't think it'll light gunpowder on fire, but it's doing what it needs to do. So, some of you may have noticed the small addition to the Wicked Wench, which was not here last week. We don't have a name for this guy yet. And now so you're like, yeah, I know, it's one of them skulls. It's a, you know, it'll tell you its name. It'll tell you your name if you tell it your name. Sometimes it won't in its current state because it's been shot multiple times. But so we went out to some ruins out in the desert, old silver mining town, and went to their processing plant, which was filled with holes that go down deep in the dirt. Down there where you can crawl around and there's garbage and bones and dead rodents and beer cans and people like me. But yeah, so one of our explorers found this down there in the depths of the dirt, down there deep under the ground, you know, mining complex, and we thought, what better thing to bring here and put in the Wicked Wench? Because, you know, I don't even hear that, but it sounds like me sometimes. Anyway, if any of you guys can think of a name for him, not Yorick. But I don't know if it's him. Is it him? Her? I don't know. Gabby. I had one like that kind of, and it would. So you'd say something, and it would repeat it back to you, slightly higher pitched, and twice for some reason. I could never figure that part out. I never knew why, because I would say it'd like be ah ha ha, and I would go ah ha 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 ha. And they go, I want a taco. And go, I want a taco. I want a taco. And I'm like, why twice? What's the deal? What? It should just say it once. But that's not what I'm here to tell you about. What I'm here to tell you about is that so you can get something like this when Halloween time comes around, and we probably will because I don't know where the old one that I had went, but the beauty of it is that you get one of these, right? And when the batteries start to die, right, it will be triggered by random sounds that maybe you can't hear, and then we'll repeat them at much higher volume and a higher pitch and faster. So there may be some sound like outside, and all of a sudden your skull will go. And if you're like in the dark, using the restroom or something, it could be mighty surprising. I'll tell you. Not the sort of thing you would want in your backpack were you committing crimes. No. This one, I don't think this one's going to repeat much anything because it's riddled with bullet holes in the back here, and there's a. Anyway, so there's that. So if you can think of a name for that, you let us know. You Boozeketeers, you know why we come here. You guys have answers. I hear. I don't hear the answers right now because I'm down here. But, hey, how many of you are coming out to Flagstaff? Who's coming out to Flagstaff? It's getting closer. Two weeks away, is it? 2 weeks from a week from this weekend. The following, not this weekend, but the weekend that falls after that, we're gonna be out there in Flagstaff, Arizona, and Boozeketeers will be out there boozing up, and by then the Krupnikas should be ready to drink. So come see me and say the secret password, which is I Svetkata. It's a Lithuanian, it means to your health or something like that. But they say I Svetkata, and maybe you can get you can knock back a shot of Krupnikas. But yeah, so we'll be out there in Flagstaff. But before Flagstaff, actually going out a little bit early, going to Cottonwood, Arizona. So if any of you are going to be in the Cottonwood area and are hankering for a tattoo, come out and see me or CJ or Danny, one of us. Come on out to the studio. We'll do something. We'll put ink on your skin, and it'll be a good time. And I'll be, I'm sure, running a special because I don't go there very often, and I need the money for beer. So there you go. But yes, we're going to be out there in Cottonwood, Arizona for a few days before Flagstaff. And then we'll be in Flagstaff, Arizona. They changed locations. Those of you who are keeping track of where the Wicketeers go and why they're there. Yes, different venue. Look on the website. I don't know what it is. I don't know. They're putting us in a... I know where the hotel is, but I'm not telling you guys because then you'll come drink my beer and won't bring me any Jägermeister. I know how you are. But, yeah, so come on out. And speaking of that sort of thing, this weekend, guess what? Yeah, wrong. No, maybe. Oh, you're close. Hey, this weekend is the Scottish Games in Payson, Utah. Just down the street. Well, down and turn left and then go down and go on the freeway. You take it out a couple exits and then get out there and go into town. Anyway, it's in there. Go to the website. Not on my website. I don't know how do you find out about the Payson Games? For those in the know, those who want to go. Wait, I'm getting a secret message. Tattoos. Yeah, I said tattoos. Oh, Village of Oak Creek. If you want to come out, that's right. We won't be in Sedona. We'll be out in the Village of Oak Creek, which is near Cottonwood. And look up the Fallen Tattoo Asylum. That's where I'll be doing my residency, sticking paint and ink under people's skin for the low, low price of whatever you happen to have that's above a certain amount. So there you go. No, I'm going to drop some dimes. I'm going to draw a picture of a dime and tattoo it on your skin. Dimes. I'm going to have some probably some, not necessarily flash, but I'll have some designs that'll be like be doing special. But if you want something that's like crazy and super good, Boozeketeer CJ or Boozeketeer Danny, they can fix you up with, like, if you want a realistic portrait of your poodle, like, you know, waving an American flag whilst lighting an M80, they can do that for you. They can. I'm telling you. I could do the M80 part. I could light things on fire. Let me put it this way. If there's stuff to light on fire, I'm your man. Not your man particularly, but I'm not a man who does things. Hey, speaking of lighting things on fire, we just had 4th of July, which here in Utah, for those of you who are not in the Utah area, you might want to know. Here's the thing. Out here, they'll let you light stuff on fire like a lot. Nowhere near Cottonwood. Okay. Producer Maggie said, no, wrong. So Fallen Tattoo Asylum is nowhere near Cottonwood. Is that the old shop? Is that in Cottonwood? Must have been.
Just stop saying Cottonwood.
I'll stop saying Cottonwood after that. Because I just said it. I can't stop saying it. I can stop saying it now. Oak Creek. Village of Oak Creek. Fallen Tattoo Asylum. Look it up on the internet. It's there. Trust me. Where was I? I was somewhere. Oh yeah! You can light here in Utah. You can light stuff on fire. That's all I'm saying. No, 4th of July. We just passed 4th of July, right? And actually, I was talking to my kid. My kid said, "So can you? Are fireworks legal there?" And I said, "All fireworks are legal here." And all I got back like an hour later was a question mark that said "all." Just all. It's like, because I'm just like, well, because coming from California, they're like, don't even like look hot, because that's illegal. But yeah, out here we drove up to the top of the mountain, and the whole city was like blowing up. So what do? Well, we waited until it was like really late, and then I went and lit off Piccolo Pete's. Producer Maggie's like, don't light off Piccolo Pete's. And I'm like, Piccolo Pete, man. She said, no, don't do it. I said, Piccolo Pete. She said, don't do it. I said, Piccolo Pete. She said, don't do it. I said, Piccolo Pete. She said, get in the car. I said, Piccolo Pete. So I did, and she said, why? Why would you do that? Because anybody who knows me knows that I know Aaron. And that's one of Aaron's dreams, is to someday light off a Piccolo Pete in days. You probably didn't know that. Did you know that?
He should come here on the 4th
He
of
should.
July.
Aaron, Boozeketeer Aaron. come here on the 4th of July, and more than likely we will not. More than likely we can run fast enough to not go to jail if we light off a Piccolo Pete and Denny's here in Utah. And I just happen to have, I think I have 4 more in my bag. So we can have fries. Not worry about it. Yeah. But yeah, so things, you can blow stuff up here. Which is hard to get used to because I'm used to being all clandestine. There was, so California, they don't like you. They like things in designated areas. To be blunt. And one time, so Boozeketeer Aaron shows up with a flintlock. Actually, with this very flintlock. Here it is. This very flintlock, which I need a new flint for. But he showed up at my house and said, "Let's go shoot this off." So we went out driving around trying to find a place that we could, shoot a flintlock. And we didn't want to just, because you can like just powder it up and, but we wanted to actually load the thing up and like fire it because flintlock, But up in Santa Cruz, they frown on that sort of thing because of the amount of fire and flame and things that will burn. So we were driving around and we found that almost everywhere we'd be driving, oh, let's pull off here. And we'd pull off, and within minutes, like a truck would pull up with a cooler of beer, and people would be hanging out drinking beer, which was fine. That part was okay. But, we thought, well, we can't really be, we don't want to share our explosions with other drunks because we're selfish that way. So we finally were driving around, and we finally, out in the middle of basically nowhere, we pull up, we were in a, seems we were in some kind of a truck. He must have used to have a truck. He must have used to have a truck. I don't know. But so we pulled off the side of the road and hiked up into the woods, right? And we found this old logging road, and we hiked up the logging road, and we get up there and we find this clearing, and we find this bottle. We set it up over yonder, and he's out there and he's got the thing and got the flintlock and powder and primer and actually it was powder, wad, ball, half cock, primer, full cock, and it goes, and we're like, now what? No, it didn't fire, misfire. I know. I was disappointed. I was disappointed too. Just like you guys. But we were undaunted. And I think he used his, I don't remember what it was, somehow we were able to extract the ball, extract the water, reload, get the thing. We got the target, we got the bottle set up over there, and he takes and whoa! This thing was loud. Man, was it loud. I was expecting, what you hear like in the movies where it's like, but no, it was just like, it was a just deafening roar. But that's not the thing. The thing is, within seconds you hear this, hey, knock it off! And so we hightailed it out there and went back to my place and drank whiskey. So let that be a lesson to you. You figure the lesson out. I don't know what it is. How did that go? How did this drink go? How did it go again? I know how it went for me. Pint of rum is how it went in my book. Oh, I should probably make another one. This show's not over yet. Oh, it is? Did I talk too long? No. Oh, okay. Well, good. Are people still interested? Are they making jokes amongst themselves? Are they making popcorn? Somebody barbecuing? People doing stuff? Are you guys doing things? Are you guys doing stuff and things? Because if you're doing stuff and things, I'm going to use this as my build. Yeah. Get out of there. Detritus. Oh, it's like seaweed. It's like, oh God. It's like I don't know. This drink could be good, maybe. But I think that 7, 8, 9. It says 10. I don't know if that's. It doesn't specify though. It doesn't say medium sized buds. You know, it just says 10 mint leaves. I don't know what those are. Look at this. Are you looking? Because that one's smaller. There's like. That's tiny. I put like there could be, if it's that size, like it's like 50, like 22 mint leaves. What I'm gonna do probably. Let's call the Mint Advisory Board and say, dudes, man, you need some standards. Get with it. That's falernum, right? So falernum, did we talk about falernum? I'm sure we did on another show. You can get different kinds of falernum. This particular falernum I'm using right now, John D. Taylor's Velvet Falernum, which you may say, well, what's the deal? Tiki, why would you use that? And I'll tell you why I would use that. 11% alcohol. This is actually a rum-based falernum. You can get non-alcoholic falernum, which means that, you know, less alcohol. So I figure more, merrier. Yeah. Where was I? That's right, I was muddling. We talked about muddling earlier in the show. I hope you guys remember what it's about. Now, here's the thing. I don't know that I've muddled with liquids before. It's kind of foreign. It's kind of weird. It's alien to me. I've made many a mint julep. And when you're making a mint julep, you're putting in just regular sugar, you know, crystallized sugar granules, which I have to say make the job of muddling a bit easier because it's almost like sanding. It's like you're sanding the mint leaves down when you're muddling with granulated sugar. And if you're going to be making a proper mint julep, you're going to want to do that. Well, this is a pirate's julep, not a mint julep. What are we? We're not in Kentucky. We're not like one-legged horses running about the place pretending to be gentlemen on an airplane. No, sir. We're pirates. We are wild-eyed, big-bottomed anarchists. That's a freebie for you. What am I supposed to do now? Muddle the mint leaves in the highball glass. Oh, add bitters. You know, what I like about bitters, they remind me of me. Have that removed. Jesus. And I'm using Pashad's bitters because it calls for it. But once again, if you're in a bitter mood and you think, you know what, how can I expand my bitter collection? Well, hey, if you're here in the Utah area, go down and see Ivy at the Boozeketeer, our current sponsor. And when I say sponsor, I mean she just says nice things about us and gives us stuff sometimes in exchange for doing the hand thing. We can do this all night. I swear to God. But Pashad's bitters I got here. What is this? Angostura bitters. There are so many bitters out there. You think you're bitter? No, sir. There's other bitters. There's bitters out there for bitter people in bitter moods. There's more than them. And there's other ones that you can't even count. And 3 of them that you have to count because they say they're 6 each. And that's what? 3? That's 18. How are you going to figure it out? You can't. That's what I'm telling you. But here, strangely enough, look at that. Bottle of Fee Brothers Falernum. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Non-alcoholic version, which you can get. But like I said, I'm going with John D. Taylor because John Taylor. Booze. There. And, okay, so wait, where were we? Add the bitters. Fill with ice. Who's Phil, anyway? I was like, Phil! Invite Phil over. He's got ice, apparently. Phil with ice. He's your favorite party companion. Oh, that's one of the rules. Not rules, I don't know, it's guideline maybe? If you're having a party, remember. Half the guests, twice the ice. Because otherwise, I don't know. Twice the meat, twice the beer. Double the celery. Oh, Booze Monkey needs to help us out again. Thank you, Booze Monkey. Yeah, I'm going to have to pay you back at some point. I'm using up all the airliners because I didn't buy like a full size bottle. This is like $67 worth of booze for a $9 bottle. Because I'm not buying it in bulk. Nice catch. But we found out last week, like I said, ounce and a half. Airliner, ounce and a half. Remember that. When you're mixing up cocktails on the airplane, when you get up there and you're high, you're a mile high, you're up in the air, right? You're up there, you're like 30,000 feet, right? Traveling at 700 miles per hour. And you're zipping along, you're thinking, oh God, the air pressure, how can I breathe? And then maybe the oxygen mask drop. You don't know. No, who knows what's going to happen? And they say, would you like something to drink? And you say, yeah, I do. Wild turkey and ginger ale. Just so you know. I'm just saying. Where was I? Middle East rum did that. Oh! You see there, and now I'm gonna have to digress. I have to digress because it says right here. It says, add bitters, fill with ice, add rum, stir. Because I was thinking, it seemed like it. See, it's the directions you don't read that sometimes you might read later. And do I have time to digress? Oh, okay. So a long time ago, she's not watching the show, but my sister and I were we were up north for Christmas. And I guess I'll measure it. What the hell? At this point, it really doesn't matter. But I'll do it anyway, just to look like I know what I'm doing. So me and my sister were up north, and we decided, we had a bottle of Jameson, and we'd been just drinking it, thinking what harm could come of that. And but then she said, "Oh, you know what? Whiskey, Christmas. Let's make eggnog." Right, so we did, right, and bing. Yeah, there we go. Cheers, Boozeketeer. Is there something in my teeth? But yeah, so we decided to make eggnog, and so. We're going by. We have the I think it was Joy of Cooking, or maybe the Betty Crocker cookbook. But which one's the one with the gingham?
Betty Crocker cookbook.
Betty Crocker. Okay, so we had the Betty Crocker cookbook, right? And we're making the eggnog, and we got the milk, and we got the eggs, we got all the stuff. We're like gathering all our stuff. We're like bringing it in. We go out. We're like, Are we back? Is it back? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's weird. So apparently apparently they didn't like me. They tried to now I'm gonna have to wait for people to come to be like, what the hell? It turned off, and come back onto this show. We need like an interlude. Hey, did I ever tell you guys about pointy things? It's good to have pointy things on hand for when you need to, stick something. How am I gonna know like when everybody's back? I'm not going to, am I?
Well, you're back.
Well, I know I'm back. I'm ready. I've never left. I was right. I was here mumbling incoherently the whole time.
Yeah, so people probably didn't hear the last part of your story.
Probably not. Which part? Where did I stop? Okay. Well, I'll start. I can start sort of from. So okay. So we decided. So we had a bottle of Jameson. Actually, that was like our third bottle of Jameson at that point, I think. So we had some Jameson, and we thought, well, we're just chugging down the Jameson here. Why not? Ramp it up a notch. I was saying, why not notch it up a notch? Which doesn't seem right. Notch it. How do you do that? What do you do? Ramp it up a notch? What's the proper verbiage? What is the colloquialisms? I don't know. We decided to crank it up a notch. There we go. We decided to crank it up a notch. And we said, rather than just chugging down Jameson on the front porch, followed by Pabst Blue Ribbon because it happens to be the cheapest beer in the bar, which was adjacent to my mom's house, when you don't want to be drinking the pump house wine, which is only good if you're drinking it with Sprite, because it really was not good wine, which is probably why it was in the pump house to begin with. And anyways. Anyway, so we thought, okay, let's make eggnog. So we gathered together from all the far corners of the earth and from all the farm animals, great and good and near and far, and we talked them into donating their various wares so that we could enjoy a holiday treat, which is known as eggnog. And what did we have? Fresh grated egg, nutmeg. Nutmeg, that's right. We went out to Madagascar and we got vanilla beans and we scraped them. Only after a long journey back in which there was many, many storms and people throwing up over the edge of the ship. But we brought it back, we came back and we made the eggnog. We made it. We did it. And we thought now is the time to relax and enjoy our, what is that? Fruits of our labor. That's right. The fruits of our labor. We thought now is the time. So I said, ladle me a mug full of that fine beverage. And so she did. And I said, you know, sally forth with a good measure of fine Irish whiskey, which she did. And then she presented it to me and I said, here's to your health, dear sister. May we drink forever into the halls of Valhalla, or whatever, I don't know, something. Who knows? We had a lot of booze that way. But, but I went to sip and I was like, good God, what have you done? It was nasty. Oh, it was horrible. Because it was like scrambled eggs. It was like imagine eggnog, but filled with scrambled eggs. Not good. No. And no amount of booze. I said, needs more booze. And she said, I can do that. And we put in more booze and it was still like, no, that's not going to work. But, missing word. So, to bring it back around, right? Because you're like, is this that story about the onion on your belt? No, sir, it's not. So here's the thing. So I said, something is awry. And she said, we didn't use rye, we used Irish whiskey. And I said, something is amiss. And she said, I could be a miss, but you're a mister. And I said, something is not correct. And she said, let's review the instructions and see where it is that our methods had become unsound. Yeah. So we did. And it said, and here's the thing, Boozeketeers, here's the thing. Here's the stirring in the glass. We come around, we're coming back around. Here's the deal. So it said, to bring the milk to a boil, but do not scald. Bring the milk to a boil, reduce heat, add sugar, let dissolve, cool, add eggs. And I said, did you let this cool before you added the eggs? And she said, oh, I read that as in add sugar, cool. Like, all right, right on, man. Add eggs. I was like, no. So there's the thing. Misinterpretation of a simple word. In this case, stir. And in that case, cool. And the whole drink goes awry. Not that I'm not going to drink it, because this one, I stirred it. And let me tell you, Boozeketeers, it changes the whole flavor. Ramps it up by at least, I'd say, half a notch. Not good for the dental work, because there's a whole lot of mint in there. But there you go. Remember, Boozeketeers, when it says cool, they don't mean all right. And when it says stir, read that word. That's words of wisdom. That's pearls of wisdom. That's pearls that you can dive for if you can hold your breath long enough to dive over the side, not with your canoe, dive down 35 feet, not have your eardrums burst, but come back with a prize. And tonight's prize was the Pirate's Julip. And with that, I'm going to have to say goodnight, Boozeketeers. But wait! No, I'm not going to, because did you go to the websites? I need to always say that. Go to the websites. Go there, not now. As soon as we're done. As soon as we're done here, go to the websites. Go to tikiking.com. Go to the online store. Buy a whole bunch of crap, because here's the deal. The more you buy, the more often I'll be on this show. No. The more booze I'll be able to... I won't have to borrow from the goddamn booze monkey. If you guys buy my stuff, you can buy my own booze. And yeah. So go to tikiking.com, buy stuff. Go to tikiking.info, join the Paradise Club. Go to wickedtakers.com and find out our schedule for where we're going to be. But other than that, now here we go. Okay, so now, other than that, Boozeketeers, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and if you didn't, well, not my problem. There you go. Good night. Good drinking.